All right, welcome back, everyone. I am the Dungeon Master, and we are rejoining the party of heroes wanted after they had feasted with the lizard folks. They are now going on a vision journey of sorts as they have ingested some of their powerful hallucinogenics that they grow in the jungles along the coast. And so Donovan is going to have his vision first. You will see the tokens for Soggy and Elwyn on there, but that's just that the players can see what's going on still. Donovan has approached a foggy cemetery lit by a bright full moon. And as he enters the cemetery, he sees the ground begin to rise underneath the graves as several zombies and skeletons rise up from the graves.
Rise from your grave.
Rise from your grave! Fuck yeah.
Friends? Where are you? What is this?
And then you can go ahead and roll for initiative.
I think he cut off.
I'm right here.
Ooh.
I don't see anything.
You don't see anything?
No, like the screen's black. I just refresh it.
Somehow
Yeah,
you
there we
didn't. Somehow you didn't have sight.
He's gone blind. Well, no vision quest for him, he's blind.
Alrighty. So, oh no, you're all good. Everybody else can see, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the first zombie rises from his grave and sees you and shuffles forward. But I'm pretty sure they're slower than normal. I think they only have a movement of 20. Yeah. But he can still make it and attack you. But he is a clumsy, stupid zombie, and his rotten corpse is unable to swing effectively at you.
Next is Donovan, because 16.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't have him in there, so there we go.
foul and dead. Taste my vengeance. I guess was like Oh yeah, I gotta go into my thing and
The zombie is very clumsy, and you easily make contact with your radiant blade. You strike into his flesh, and it seems to deal extra damage.
awesome.
You almost cut the zombie in two with your blade, but it just continues marching forward with only one arm. The skeleton rushes forward at you and swings at you with an unarmed strike. I assume that misses.
I have AC 18.
Yeah, you raise your shield and block the bony claws of the skeleton.
Foul undead, is that all you have to offer?
Man, the zombies are just not very effective.
Against a paladin, who would have guessed?
Who would have thunk it?
Zombie slam. Roar! Ouch.
On the same zombie.
As you swing and slice the zombie, you cut its foul head off. It sits there mouthing at you as its body stumbles forward, but it is no longer a threat. Oh wait, actually I get a save. I forgot. Okay, so I don't make the save and exactly what I said happens. Is that your turn?
Yeah, sorry.
Unfortunately, these stupid undead don't understand pack tactics and kind of cornered themselves in with no room to really get flanking bonuses.
A paladin with a back to the wall? It sounds like a threat.
Fight like there's no tomorrow.
Roar! The zombie growls its frustration at not being able to get at your juicy brains.
Ah, you feast upon my armor today.
Oh, you don't get a turn no more. Although its body is still kind of standing there, like swinging with one arm, but it's like definitely not a threat.
I'll attack the zombie in front of.
Ooh, you almost miss, but your sword comes down. You cleave off one of its arms and a part of its face, but not enough to drop it.
I'll go ahead and smite.
And you drop it, but we'll see if it actually doesn't drop because it's got a saving throw that it didn't even come close to.
Ah, do you hunger? Then taste my blade.
Tastes like burning.
Tastes like burning.
Is that your turn then? All right, 2 skeletons. And unfortunately, they're not smart enough to shift and get that flanking bonus. Oh, but the skeleton still manages to claw at you, getting one of its bony fingers past your defenses for 1 bludgeoning damage.
He's hurting now.
Take that. Yeah, had enough? Surrender?
Ha ha ha!
He's scared for his life.
Look, if you surrender now, we'll only kill you. It's a good deal. Last chance.
I don't think the paladin's gonna take the deal.
Yeah, no. The outgoing dag.
Oof. Wait, which one? Up or down?
The one close. I guess the one left of me.
Yep. All right. You spin around with your flaming, glowing blade and strike the skeleton dead in its chest plate, bursting it with radiant energy. It explodes into shards of bone. All right. Last chance to surrender.
Do you surrender, Donovan?
Not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin.
Okay. Well, I'll accept your surrender if you want to offer it. Obviously, the
Preferably
skeleton
in
just hisses at you.
preferably in writing.
I accept your offer at surrender. Here's a.
Ooh, and you add smite to that? All right. So as you smite the skeleton, you burst it once again with holy radiant energy. All right. So now as you move forward, because it's a vision, so like there's really nothing else you can really do. There's nowhere else. It's all like empty space and shit, you know? Like the fog is literally like a wall that you can't get past.
Where am I?
So you continue moving forward, and as you do so, another group of zombies and skeletons rises from their grave.
I shall cast protection from evil.
Okay. All right. So as you chant your prayer, you cast protection from evil, and it like seems to be working, but also like fading faster than you would expect. Like, have you ever had that dream where you're trying to punch something, but it's like you're punching a marshmallow?
Yeah.
Like that's basically what's happening is like you cast your spell, but it's like being resisted. But it works for now.
Oh, excuse me. I would have. I don't have that spell prepared. It's a Shield of Faith.
Shield of Faith it is, +2 armor class.
It's actually the spell I thought I cast anyway. Well, effect was.
Ooh, missed by 2. They finally get advantage. And cannot take advantage of it. No advantage.
You wish to taste upon my flesh? I say thee nay.
Grah. All this witty banter and it's wasted on a bunch of undead.
Charisma is charisma, even if no one's around.
God,
just hearing a murmur.
God, I wish you guys could get these awesome witty banters I'm throwing
One-liners.
at you. Yeah. Which one, left or right?
Left. I'm gonna go for the big guys first, zombies.
Oh, I figured zombie, yeah. Alright, so now he's got to make a save, and it's a pretty hard one to make. Oh, man. He manages to make his save and is at 1 hit point. Instead of dropping him, he's still standing somehow.
Necromantic magic.
Is that your turn?
Whoops, sorry, I keep.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. I just, ask to make sure. He's going to make like Onyx and slam. Nope. But now these fools get advantage. Wow. Terrible. Just terrible.
What are these rolls today, DM?
It's hard to have a threatening encounter when you roll like that.
I know.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Just nothing's happening.
Uh,
The paladin's doing paladin things.
Yeah. Iron Jesus hates me today. Hey, look at that awesome crit with that 2. That's that max damage, son. You like
He got
that?
poked in the eye.
Yeah. I stuck my dirty bony finger in your mouth and you're like, oh.
It's like that one vine where the guy is wearing a nun's mask and the other guy sticks a finger down its throat.
I don't know that one. But yeah. So take that. 3 damage. Undead represent. Oh, there we go. Followed up by the big slam from the zombie. Critical hit, dealing 6 bludgeoning damage and 4 more on the crit for a total of 10 bludgeoning damage. Yeah, working you over now.
You feeling afraid?
He's like, I am literally toying with these guys. And is that on the one that was down to 1 hit point?
I'm gonna hit the skeleton action.
The skeleton right above him?
Yeah.
Okay. And he explodes in a shower of bone.
Has been called Donovan the Bone Doctor.
Alright. And the zombie does not have advantage. The zombie has advantage.
Bit better.
That was with advantage.
I will
Grrrr.
strike at the other.
The zombies feel inclined to, try to give you some witty banter back, but they're just like, ah.
Funny,
Devastating.
they actually understand me. They just can't.
Yeah, yeah, they totally understand you.
Ooh.
They're just, ah.
Come, face me, and I will put you back where you belong. Do not worry, it's almost over. I'll put you all back at rest.
If you could speak zombie, one of them says, yeah, in your mama's bed. Ah. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
You got a whole Dirty Dozens thing going on here with the zombies now. Oh no, another critical hit as the zombie slams his fists into you, dealing 4 more bludgeoning damage. You're starting to feel the effects of the repeated blows. Not that it's having any mechanical effect yet. Oh no, and another 1 bludgeoning damage as the skeleton gets a little poke in there.
Doesn't defender win?
Nope, attacker wins when it comes to attacking like that.
Skill checks defender. Attacking goes to the attacker.
Lay on hands.
For sure.
Ha! Futile.
They got you triangulated still, though.
Got your GPS coordinates down to an exact science.
Oh, man.
If it weren't for that shield of faith.
I know, right? Like this was pretty well balanced until he got his shield of faith in and I started rolling like crap. Fine. Whatever. Ugh.
Zombie to my left.
Ooh, zombie to your left explodes in a shower of guts. I'm not even going to roll a save on that one because it's a crit.
Does he mean the one with 1 health?
Yeah.
That's the one.
I critted the one with 1 HP.
And that's why he exploded in a shower of rotten guts that just smell putrid. But now you're no longer getting advantaged. That was not a bad decision. You don't get a turn.
Yes, son. Ultimate devotion.
God, I wish these weren't zombies so I could justify sliding over and getting advantage again.
Right. And I'll smite it.
And you hit the zombie. Which one?
The one on my right.
Okay. You hit him for 16 damage. You're just like casually swinging your shield back and forth, blocking all of their weak ass attacks.
It's like,
Using that chainmail.
You're like that kid that was held back a few grades in dodgeball, you know?
Oh yeah, everyone looks like 8-year-olds, but you look like a 30-year-old man.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
You got like facial hair and you're just like annihilating them. You hit them with the ball and they just fly back 10 feet, you know? So which one? The one on the right again?
yeah.
Yep. And now he's got to make a save. Unfortunately, he makes his save and is reduced to 1 hit point. Or I mean, in your face. And then is that your turn?
You already ended.
Oh,
I guess not.
yeah, it just was glitching a little, taking a little time. It happens. Hey, got another 1 bludgeoning damage in against you. Yeah, that's what happens when you get cocky. The little kid sneaks one in on you.
pokes you in the eye. Yeah.
Of course, now you're just going to turn into Nelson Muntz. You made me bleed my own blood. All right, another critical hit as the zombie slams into your shield, vibrating up your arm, dealing 4 bludgeoning damage as your arm goes numb a little. It doesn't have a mechanical effect. I'm just describing it because it's a critical hit, you know. I mean, aside from the 4 damage, of course, it has that mechanical effect. I just like to be clear the difference between flavor and like an actual mechanical thing that's going to affect you. Because I could see someone being like, "Oh no, my arm's numb. I can't use my shield." No, no, no. You're still using your shield. Just, got a stinger. Donovan, you there?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Donovan.
Fucking the one in front.
You swing at the skeleton or the zombie in front of you, dealing 20 damage and bringing it almost all the way down. It swings back at you. Everybody's got like 1 or 2 hit points. Yeah, another 1 bludgeoning damage. Skeleton is like the MVP here.
You're like trying to poke his buttons.
Yeah, I mean, like, he hasn't done the most damage, obviously, because the zombies are like the heavy hitters, but, he's gotten the most hits in. He's pointing you.
He's
He's
to death.
Yeah, he's out pointing you in boxing.
He's trying to shove his entire hand into your throat.
He's gonna take the Floyd Mayweather approach. Just hit you 300 times for 1 damage.
Ha.
Patience is key. Donovan will eventually run out of lay on hands.
Right?
Screw it. I'm a puncher.
You're like, knock him out. Remember you're talking about Floyd Mayweather, and he's thinking,
Yeah.
punch him.
Yeah, I woke up the boxing bug in him. I drop my sword and shield and start bare knuckle boxing him.
Oh man, just fucking uppercut, like
Yep,
hard bot.
yep. Which one? The skeleton? Was that against the skeleton?
Yeah.
Yep. You give him the rock'em sock'em uppercut, and his head tilts back like a Pez dispenser, and the body just breaks down.
Are you ready for some food, boy? That's what I think of.
Yep. And then is that your turn?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, these are just exceptionally bad rolls, like repeatedly.
Roll20 just runs to ruin all your encounters.
I know, right? They're like, oh, you have a really well balanced encounter? Well, screw you.
Here's some bad rolls.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Or they'll like make me roll like nothing but crits, and it's like, oh my god, guys, like I'm sorry.
I was not meaning for this fight to be so difficult.
Right, like trust me, this was way more well balanced when it was rolls of like 10 to 15. Donovan?
Yes, I'm right here. Sorry, my keyboard got.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to make sure. You
Sticky
get
keys.
5 minutes. It's Not a big deal. Then the zombies eat your brains. We're at an
You should.
impasse here. Maybe we should compromise. Which one? Up or down?
You know what? We're feeling good.
Don't
We're
wanna-
feeling pretty good today.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Donovan, which one did you say?
The one north of me.
North it is. You swing your shining blade, and the zombie tries to make a save. And does not, and is sliced in twain by your Vorpal blade that goes snicker snack.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, C.S. Lewis, man. We don't fuck around up here in Heroes Wanted.
I should really create an Alice in Wonderland D&D character in the future.
I think all of your
Like the
characters.
Mad Hatter, yo.
I think all of your characters would fit right in.
He's a Mad Hatter, yo. Go wizard illusionist and act like
We're all wonderfully, thunderfully mad.
Indeed.
Well, I'm just saying, you like to wear socks on your hands?
Oh, is it still my turn or
No.
Oh, no.
Came back around.
It goes pretty quick when it's just one zombie who's ineffectually swinging at you.
He's going for that punch.
Ooh, your bare knuckles boxing match with the zombie is not going well.
I wouldn't exactly call it bare knuckles. I'm pretty sure he's got some gauntlets on.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, never mind. 8 does hit. As you punch the
well, smite.
as you punch the zombie. Oh, and then you smite with that. So that's
So glowing fist just
yeah.
Looks like a monk there for a moment.
Oh, but he makes his save and is still at 1 hit point. Then you punch him again for another 4. You can't smite again this turn. So he tries to make his save and doesn't. And you punch him in his zombie face and he drops down dead as Bill Murray.
Zombieland.
Zombie. Hey, you got it.
I will wipe off some of the ichor and teeth from my armor as nonchalantly as I can. And I will say, is there anything else?
And as you are thinking that, you are compelled to march forward towards a mausoleum. I'm going to grab you guys because I got to move you all to a new map.
So we can see it.
Donovan's is the only 2 map quest 2 here. That's why I was like, I wouldn't call it smaller. It's just less intense. All right. So you guys,
Not quite intense.
you guys, are seeing this mausoleum that you are approaching here. Well, not you guys. Donovan is seeing this. You guys aren't seeing any of this, but it's not secret or nothing. So, Donovan, as you approach, you can see this crumbling, ruined mausoleum, and you're walking forward. And as you're walking forward, you can go ahead, move through the archway and everything. I just moved you guys back so that you could see the whole thing. Oh wait, did I not pull you onto the screen? Oh God, I'm dumb.
About to say, this looks like the same screen where he murdered some zombies.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so you see this huge crumbling mausoleum in front of you, And Donovan, as you're marching forward through the archway, you can see that this was like a shrine, like a church almost, where people would pray and worship. And as you
Hmm.
go ahead, Donovan, you can move forward. So you see a giant hole in the floor in front of you there, and you see a huge sepulcher. Is that what it's called? Uh,
Sepulcher.
yeah. It up here, and you're drawn towards it, and so you move around the hole, obviously, because you're not gonna fly.
Unless it's one of those flying dreams.
And then you stand in front of the sepulcher, and as you do so, you see a marking on the lid of the sepulcher, and it begins to glow and disappear, and suddenly you're looking down at a body, and you're looking at the withered face of some kind of elven, deceased, desiccated corpse. But suddenly its eyes glow and it begins to rise up, and you're just frozen looking at it until suddenly it's standing straight up in front of you and you roll for initiative.
Welcome to your doom. Do you
Damn,
know
I should
what
have saved
that's a
some of them.
reference?
What? Hold on, Hazard. What?
I should have saved some of them smite.
I don't know how much of a difference it would make. All right, so
Did you
you
get the
get
reference?
you get hold on one second. This is not going to take long. You get one reaction. What do you do?
I think.
I mean, you get your whole turn. I'm just saying, like you get to react quickly as the lich stands up. What do you do?
Darn, that's a good question. I guess I'm gonna reach into the recesses of my mind, and I'm gonna say, between the two voices in my head, I'll say, I don't know what you've got planned here, but we're really gonna need some extra boost of power if you've got one. I don't have any extra boost of power. We're just gonna have to make do. I guess I will pray to my elven gods, and I'll ask this thing, what is it? What are you doing?
It laughs. I remember when I would pray. And then if that's your turn,
Yeah, that's gonna be it. I guess I'll end.
it reaches out to touch you with its paralyzing touch.
Do I roll?
Oops. Oh, hold on 1 second. Something went wrong. I need to quick check and make sure there's not an issue. All right. So you no longer have the effect of your divine shield. So he hits you for 15 cold damage, but more importantly, what happens is as he touches you with his paralyzing touch, suddenly you feel your life force being drained, and your face and his
Oh,
become
whoops.
one and the same, an amalgam where you aged and he de-aged, and you met somewhere in the middle where you are old but not, desiccated like he was, and you and him, it's like looking in a mirror, and you can see that he's you, and he laughs as he shoves you, and you fall backwards down the pit, and you fall, and you fall, and you fall, until suddenly you wake up in the morning flat on your back, like you felt like you were falling. You ever have that dream where you feel like you're falling and you wake up and you're like, oh, whoa, whoa, what? Yeah. uh and you wake up flat on your back in the morning with the sun shining through the canopy, and you're perfectly okay. And that is that.
Ah, what happened? Oh, what a horrible dream.
Yeah, and so you'll look around, and I'll let you know the state of everybody else when we wrap up their vision quests. But so that ends Donovan's vision quest. And now on to Soggy.
Sucker.
All right, so Soggy,
Yep.
as you enter your vision quest, you find yourself on a boat on the open sea.
Ah!
You are sailing across an ocean that is as far as the eyes can see, but right now it is actually dark. And so it is very dark water, and the ship is dark. You can't really see. I mean, you have dark vision, so you can see, but like most people couldn't really see. And you are with a cat folk who is the captain, and you don't know like how you know this, but you know that she is like afraid of the water, and it's very like odd that she is a captain of this ship, but together you guys are like best friends, and you are sailing across the sea together, and as you are doing so, suddenly you hear a terrible roaring sound as the waves crashing against the ship reach 20 plus feet, and begin to crash over the railing of the ship.
No, not again, not again. Soggy's just gripping his head. Just
As you grip your head, make a dexterity save as one of the waves begins to tilt the ship and splashes, pushing you towards the railing. You manage to grab hold of the railing and the ship rights itself, but now you know that you need to grab onto something in order to avoid being tossed from the railing.
Soggy's going to try and grab onto here, like what this place is.
Yep. So you grab onto it, make yourself a unskilled strength check. All right. So your grip begins to weaken as the waves crash against the ship and send it flailing here and there and everywhere, and the wet water makes it very hard for you to maintain your grip. You dig your little kobold claws in, but eventually you slide free and need to make another dexterity save to try and grab yourself on the railing before you fall overboard. Once again, you manage to save yourself, but you are for sure, like, worried now. But there's no time for that, because suddenly you see a giant tentacle come crashing up out of the water and start swinging at everything on the deck.
Friend! Friend! I sort of run over to the cat folk. I yell, running to the cat folk, trying to grab his arm or her arm.
She is busy steering the ship.
And I'm nearby her. Soggy turns the monstrosity and casts an Eldritch Blast. Go away, tentacle! Go! That is a max one.
Hopefully that's not going to be consistent for you, Soggy, unlike the DM over
there. Yeah, so as you blast at the tentacle, you lose your footing and the blast goes awry and does not strike the tentacle. The tentacle tries to strike you.
My goodness, a 37.
A critical hit as it strikes you for 27 damage, knocking you unconscious. You watch as the tentacles begin to smash the ship to pieces, and you are sucked down, 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 down into the depths of the ocean. And as you sink to the bottom of the ocean, you see the horrifying visage
of what?
Of a kraken, an eldritch monstrosity from the far realm that lives for thousands and thousands of years and plots the destruction of the world through all of it. You can see in this monstrosity's gaze a vision of the Bunyip, and you are drawn closer and closer to it as you watch this monstrosity draw you in. Suddenly, you feel your eldritch blast power radiating out towards the monstrosity. It encompasses it and lights it up with the blast and starts to feed back in an energy loop on you. As all of this is happening, suddenly your eyes burst with eldritch energy and you feel a transformation coming over you. As this transformation takes place, you have a vision in your head of what form you want to take. As a DM, I'm going to let you know that you have the choice to grow wings, to grow a stronger, better set of teeth that are more dragon-like, more crocodile-like, that'll give you a stronger bite attack, or to develop your eldritch power and be able to manifest one first level spell that is not on your list once a day as a spell-like ability.
The spell-like ability one.
All right. I will let you choose that in between your sessions here so you can start thinking about which one you want. But here's what happens. As this culminates in your getting this spell-like ability, you wake up red hot, sweating, glowing with energy, and you are completely exhausted, level 3 exhaustion, and at 1 hit point, somehow you took actual damage from this vision, but also gained actual power. But now you are obsessed with finding this Bunyip Kraken abomination and realizing your full potential. You don't even necessarily talk about it with Elwyn or anything, but just in the back of your kobold mind, it's kind of like the moment that Smeagol snapped back into being Gollum, to where like you've gone full crazy now and there is a side of you that is not right.
And I just start walking around the room kind of like in a crazed state, just like just like banging on the tables, just looking for water just to drink, trying to quench this non-existent heat in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you are like you can't sweat because you're a lizard, so you don't have like sweat glands, but you're overheating to the point that like walking around is causing you to actually begin to go back into like a dehydrated kind of hallucination. And as you begin to hallucinate again, you see the jungle being flooded with rains. And as the floodwaters rise, you see the half dragon crocodile rise up out of it. But, like, once again, you see a vision of the Kraken as the crocodile, the tail starts to become more than one tail and reaches out with tentacles and begins to wrap around you and choke you, and you begin to puke water everywhere, and the lizard folk are very concerned. And this is exactly at the moment that Donovan is waking up. So, Donovan, you see Soggy completely freaking out, and like he starts to act like he's being attacked by Darth Vader and
And just trying to drench himself.
force choked out, and yeah, and he's just got water just pouring everywhere, and the lizard folk are like starting to like be like, what is going on?
Whoa.
And before we can react to this, now we have to move on to the last of the vision quests so that we can decide where everybody's at and what's going on here.
That means you, Elwin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Elwin, you find yourself in a forest, like there's like a cavern system, but like it's kind of open as well. It's not like I know it looks like a complete cave, but like there are like some open areas and everything. It's like half canopy, half caves. Um, there's open spots and there's closed spots, but you know, basically you can consider it more or less like a cave. Um, but you find yourself with your elven troop, the same elven troop that you lost and ran away from like a fucking coward. So as as you are, you know, looking around, you recognize all of their faces. I'm going to put the other ones out real quick, but you don't recognize this like area. You don't recognize what's going on. This is all like nothing that you guys did. There you go. So it's the seven of you once again, with you as kind of like the de facto leader ever since your mentor was like called away and everything. So now you're leading your troop, and in this vision, you know that you're hunting something. There's something dangerous. You know, you were hunting the half dragon, half crocodile in real life, and so now your vision has you with your troop, and you guys are hunting this dangerous thing in your vision. So go ahead and you can start moving, and I'll follow you with the soldiers.
All right. I think you went this way, man.
Some of us are women.
It's a generalized term. It's sort of like using dude.
Well, we just wanted to let you
I'm a
know.
dude. You're a dude. We're all dudes. Hey.
Elwin's like, listen, we're elves. What's the difference?
Does it really matter?
So as you're making your way through, you find a huge field of fungus ahead of you.
Hmm. Does any of this fungus seem familiar?
You can roll a nature check.
On my luck, it's gonna be a no.
All right, so you recognize that there are yellow spore mushrooms. It functions a lot like the yellow mold, to where if you get too close, it'll release a spores that you have to make a saving throw against or take poison damage.
Don't imagine our creature might have gone this way, but would have been dangerous to itself. I'm gonna try and see if there's any sort of like tracks at the moment.
Well, it's not so much that you're looking for tracks, it's that you know that this is the creature's lair.
Ah. In that case, I'm going to take my cloak and just sort of wrap it up towards my face to try to create like a guard so that way I'm not breathing it in so heavily as I go through.
Ah, a bat gas mask. All right, so as you step in, it releases its spores, and you need to make a Constitution save, difficulty class 12. The cloak had no effect. The goggles, they do nothing! Nothing! All right, you make your save, so you take no poison damage.
All right.
Your elf buddies, on the other hand.
Might be a different story.
No, I'm just kidding. They make it through okay too. You guys are elves. You're just better than everybody else. You know?
Yeah, we're better. Take Nicholas, for example. He's absolute pleb over there.
Oh man, not those kinds of elves. I hope. She's gonna try to. The Queen's gonna try to marry Space Lucifer and try to kill everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally the plot to the beginning of World War.
We're following you, boss.
I'm just sort of trying to see where it might be, eliminating any possible areas.
You got a 6-pack of elves ready to roll.
Sounds legit. That's supposed to be like a 6-pack of beer.
Yeah. Obviously, like some kind of light beer. The algae is thick in this area, and you can hear the rushing of a waterfall.
So I take it towards this area. It's sort of like steps. Well, they like real tall, sort of. I know they're cut into the rock face and everything, just sort of made by water.
Yeah. Yeah, and each of them is roughly 5 feet, and it's slick, so you have to roll a climb.
All right. So that'll be like an acrobatics, right?
Athletics.
Athletics? Okay.
All right. I'm sorry, that's con. I thought that was your athletics. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
All right. So you managed to slowly make your way up the first incline, but this next one is even steeper.
Do we have any climbing equipment, man?
No.
Ah, little Sisyphus act.
Well then. Guess we're just straight climbing it.
You manage to make your way up the even steeper incline and now find yourself faced with an almost completely vertical shelf. It's going to take teamwork to get up this one.
Alright then. I'll start boosting people up, or attempting to.
All right, roll athletics with advantage, but I'm going to warn you it's difficulty class 20.
Oh, close.
Even with advantage, you guys struggle to make it up, but you get to try again. This is just to see how long it takes you, so just roll until you make it.
With advantage each time?
Yep.
Okay.
You guys are good soldiers. You know how to do this. I'm just seeing how long it takes you.
These consistent 19s. We're so close yet so far. One in the wrong direction.
They're all above 15 too, you know.
Yeah, no, they're all... It's not the number I need. Oh, wait, that was just regular. Distracted by what I'm saying. I'll roll another regular to make that one.
Just to balance out the RNG.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Finally.
There you go. So it takes you about 10 minutes, but eventually you guys all manage to make it up. And so now you are up here by the waterfall.
Not quite as beautiful as the ones back home.
It's like ridiculously beautiful. It's like glowing in the half light that shines down through some of the cracks, and it's all like got radiant little like bioluminescent algae growing around it and everything. It's like stupid beautiful.
It's more that he's just saying that just because it's biased towards home.
Yeah. So as you guys are checking out the area, all of a sudden you hear and a huge green dragon comes bursting out of the waterfall at your party.
Ooh, the liars of the dragon community.
As soon as I see it, I'm gonna turn and fling an arrow. Bursting arrow to be specific. Hopefully that actually hits.
It does, dealing 22 damage total as your arrow bursts into them, and the dragon is caught off guard and does not like it.
Oh, I don't imagine he would.
It immediately bursts forward and uses its mighty bite against one of your elf soldiers. killing it instantly.
Alright. For another arrow. A little bit different variety. Needs to make a con save as well, because that's the enfeebling. Save is 14. Takes half damage till my next turn. Or not. Or deals half damage.
Deals half damage. Yep.
Yeah.
And takes 20 damage itself. Is that your turn?
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Alrighty, so you need to make a difficulty class 11 Constitution save. Alright, so 3 of them made their saves, and it doesn't matter because they're all dead. And you take 10 poison damage as you watch all of your elven soldier friends die in front of your eyes, coughing and gagging on a cloud of acrid gas that also brings tears and puke to your eyes and mouth. And now, you know, you are reliving the moment when all of your friends, you know, were slaughtered in front of your eyes before. Obviously, it didn't happen this way, but now you're watching them all slowly choke and gag and cough blood out of their mouths, and it just is bringing back all of these memories, and now you take disadvantage on your attacks. Actually, I'll give you a wisdom save. Difficulty class 17 to avoid taking disadvantage on your attacks. I'm a fair DM. Alright, disadvantage.
Ellen's just absolutely stunned by all that.
Yeah,
And having to see it all again.
yeah. So now all your elves are dead, you're messed up, and it's your turn.
Ellen's shaking a bit as he sees all of his comrades fall. And takes a second to consider running or not, but instead he's going to turn around and attempt to fire another arrow at the...
Disadvantage because he's in melee
Yes.
range, and disadvantage because... Oh, yeah, so just disadvantage.
It's just... I've already got disadvantage.
Yeah, you're
okay.
disadvantaged either way, it don't matter.
You'll be fine. I'll take the damage from that force as well.
That's close. I don't know if that hits. Nope, no hit.
No hit at all, so just straight...
It bounces
moves off.
right off of his scales and explodes in the air.
Okay. Misses. Alright. Going to action surge, take the disengage, move away a bit before firing another arrow.
It's still at disadvantage, though.
Yeah, just more trying to get out of the range of being bitten.
Oh, wait, you get another wisdom save. I'm sorry. Wisdom save at the start of each turn.
That doesn't save, I don't think. It's like 17, I believe is what you said.
Correct.
Crap's going on. For other reasons, got my token picked up when it shouldn't. Okay. Here we go. Oh, that was disadvantage, so I gotta see about rolling again. Okay, so the 23.
Of course, that hits. But it only deals, a little bit of damage. 9 isn't much when you're talking about a big-ass dragon.
That's true enough.
Get back here. I wasn't done biting you.
You weren't done biting me. So you are. Cruelty. Pure cruelty.
Ooh.
That still misses.
Look at that damage, though.
No, that would have hurt. Alright, I gotta make a wisdom save. Alright then. So it's disadvantage anyway.
You just miss as your arrow bounces off of its scales. Does that hit?
Yes, that does.
Alright, so 8 damage plus 1 poison. Well, 7 damage plus 1 poison for 8 total.
So that's my... Yeah, that's just nice. Oh snap. Yeah, she saved.
Alright, no more disadvantage except for you're in melee range, so disadvantage.
Yeah. He's gonna snap to his senses, realizing how close the dragon is, and swing and draw his sword, swinging it. Sort of not the most coherent in the world when you're frightened.
Yeah, and as you're swinging your sword, you realize that the dragon's long neck and snapping jaws make it difficult to land a telling blow. It's not a mechanical thing, just you missed, so.
Right, yeah. Man, doesn't seem to recharge that breath weapon at all.
Well, he's young.
I don't think that hits, actually. Only 7 damage, though.
I know, what a waste of a crit.
Whereas everyone else around here seems to get... When they get crits, it's always maximized, right?
I mean, yeah, that is some nonsense crit right there. If that was like anything else, like if this was meant to be like a legendary fight, I'd be like, yeah, no way. I'm re-rolling that.
Since I already saved, do I need to make another save to keep
No.
being saved?
Oh
Or...
no. Once you
Okay.
save, you're good. Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking. All right. Going to drop my bow now and just draw the other scimitar. That way I have my offhand scimitar as well.
This is no time for an art project.
That'll be fine. I'm sure.
That one
Good.
does not hit.
I think that one hits. What are you talking about? And then I'm going to use the offhand scimitar for my bonus action. And of course.
Oh, bouncing off of its scales, your sword connects but does no damage.
Elwyn just needs to stick to a bow. Man,
Yeah,
what is with this?
no breath weapon for him.
He got to use it once and that was it. I'm down. I only had 5 hit points.
And as you go down, you awaken in the morning at 1 hit point and exhaustion level 3. You are completely drained and have memories of your fallen friends and everything that happened racking you and haunting you for the rest of the day.
Of course, that's not the only annoyance that happens. As you'll see from Soggy's sputters of mad.
Yeah, everything I described before, you wake up to seeing that as well.
Well, what is going on here? Oh, random elf.
Get out of here, you stupid elf. You're dead. All right, so you guys find yourselves back at the Lizard Folk Temple, waking up. What do you guys all do?
Well, you already know that Soggy is just rushing around, just acting maddening, and just trying to pour water on himself.
Elwyn's going to move over there, attempt to sort of shake Soggy a little bit, trying to snap him out of it.
Because it's Elwyn trying to snap you out of it, Soggy, roll a wisdom save, difficulty class 15 with advantage. As Elwyn shakes you, you slowly start to see your surroundings for what they are, and you're no longer being choked by the invisible Kraken Reork's vision. And so you come to your senses as much as can be said for Soggy.
Soggy, you okay?
The, the, he's just speechless, and it just seems very just disoriented. His eyes are just bloodshot, and he's just out of it.
Soggy, are you okay?
The only words that come out of his mouth is the.
We should just give him some time to recover. Elwin himself, he looks like absolute crap. Like he, almost like you would if someone had tossed and turned all night after having the crap beat out of him. And there's like a look of regret in his eyes as well. That is very much uncharacteristic for elves in general.
I will reach into the recesses of my mind and speak to the wraith within me. One second, please. Eladrian, what was that? What did we just see? I don't know. That was more than we could handle, though. I don't think that was something we were meant to fight. I hope we don't have to face something like that again. Ah, that was horrible. However,
Soggy's just
together-
standing there like. "Duh, duh."
I'm gonna like start to tend to try to like see what's going on with Soggy. If is he still like throwing up water?
Yeah, but not like throwing it up anymore. He was, but as you're having this conversation with Eladrin, one Eladrin, what you get is that he's like not telling you something.
Look here, buddy. I didn't ask for you to join in with me. I think I deserve some answer.
You feel this overwhelming sense that like the good paladin in him longs to be forthcoming with you, and yet it's some sort of terrible, shameful secret that now you both must carry.
Listen, I know what it means to carry secrets around, especially regrets. Now isn't the time to hold things back. You got something to say. Say.
You hear just one single word, almost a whisper, and it just is forgive in Elven.
Soggy, are you alright there, my friend?
He's just there, just in a daze, like saying just toddler words, just like "Duh, duh, duh,
I will
duh."
approach Soggy and I will place my hand on his back, like kind of, patting him, like, hi, are you alright there, man? Like,
Soggy just looks up at Donovan and starts starts s- then just starts screaming at the top of his lungs, and then says, "Not the tentacles, not the waters! Why do you haunt me?"
Soggy, calm down. No one's going to harm you here.
Soggy just curls up into a ball and just rocks back and forth, just in a nervous havoc. And anyone have anything to say?
What in the nine hells was that?
I think something was in the drinks we had last night.
The lizard folk start to gather around you guys and are like all like kind of smiling in their weird off-putting lizard folk way, and you can tell that like they know what they just did to you guys as far as like all of that, but also like you can tell that they're like maybe kind of a little like bonded with you now. Like they begin to offer you um different fruits and everything. And although Donovan has a little bit of the old Donovan in him enough to where he looks at them suspiciously, they like insist that you eat them, and upon doing so, you instantly begin to feel better. Soggy and Elwyn are reduced to level 2 of exhaustion, and all of you, except for Donovan, who's fine, um, regain half of your hit points. So what you went on was a semi-real hallucination, and that's why you woke up so beaten up, is because what happened to you in there didn't happen to you, but it didn't exactly not happen to you either.
It's a bit like psychic damage. Didn't happen to you really, but it did.
Right.
Soggy just rubs his temples and just sort of just is sitting down as he just sucks on the on the on the thing he just ate. What was it?
Some kind of weird fruit with a thorny outside that needs to be cracked open and then an almost nutty interior.
Yeah, he's just munching on it like a just as a stress reliever, like how people sometimes crunch ice.
Yep.
And just sighs before just looking out into the forest. Saki just kind of like just looks to like one of the lizard folks and kind of like taps his shoulder and asks him in Draconic, "Have any of your people witnessed any visions of tentacles?"
Uh, not me. Visions are personal. We don't discuss them amongst each other.
Oh, then Sage had a very, very painful one. And he just says, just just instinctively just sits in a puddle of water just trying to just
Sure, water.
yeah, uninstinctively, just he doesn't notice it at first. Then he just sits back up, just stands back up, and just in fear, he it's like his body just is instinctively going towards body of a shallow body of water.
Yep.
And just he turns to Elwyn and just says, "Elwyn, are are you doing well? Better now?"
Just before you had said that, Elwyn was just sort of mindlessly eating the fruit, looking at the ground at his feet as he sat, with a bit of a 1,000-yard stare, and seems a bit jolted when you say something. When you actually speak to him, and takes a moment. He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
Sagi just pats his shoulder and says, "We are both suffering from something. I
I'm
do not
gonna
know yours, and you do not know mine specifically, but we are suffering."
I'm gonna ask Sagi a question. And Sagi, do you know why they caused us to have those visions?
It is something personal. It is our own things.
Strange.
It's very much strange indeed. Ellen's gonna go back to that we have 1,000-yard stairs sort of look.
Yeah, so you guys probably spend, I would assume, the rest of the day like resting and healing up and reducing yourselves to just level 1 of exhaustion at least. And so there's plenty of time for you guys to do like role playing or anything like that if you want. But I'm getting the feeling that you're kind of like wrapping up with that. So I'm going to move forward with the next part of this, which would be you guys are now rested. You have all your hit points, all of your, stuff back. You have level 1 of exhaustion on Elwyn and Soggy because it's only been 1 day. But the lizard folk have now like embraced you, having spent 2 days with you, almost partying and eating and feasting, and they
And
want.
Sagi's also been like, as Sagi's been resting, he's been sharing some fables with the children a bit, like since sort of like the stories of the tales of like the fights with rodents the size of mountains, the 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 beasts with no the beasts with large mouths and tentacles and all that.
Yeah, yeah, and so you're completely integrating yourselves, like, the lizard folk have really accepted you, and so now they are inviting you to go with them on a hunt. They want to go hunt, and they want you guys to come with because you're powerful warriors, so they want to go hunting with you.
Sagi really appreciates this, and he he agrees with that. Donovan, Ilwin, we thinks this is good chance. This is good experience. Nice
What are
to
we
get things mind off.
True enough. What are we supposed to be hunting?
Um, Boar,
If it's
you
animals that you
usually.
sorry about that. If it's
Oh,
animals that you're looking to hunt, I'm not so certain I'll be able to assist you in that endeavor. I think I'll slow you down.
Nonsense, nonsense. You are strong man. You are good. You are good at fighting. That is how you survive.
also the lizard folk are very insistent, but we can like roll if you want to like try to convince them that you don't want to go.
Oh,
No, no,
no,
that's fine. Um,
Sagi is
I'm gonna say, I am not unfamiliar with the ways of the crossbow, but recently I feel as if I am a different man. I do not think that my strengths are in the same place as they once were. I don't think that I'm weaker, but I wouldn't say that my strengths are applicable in this regard.
The lizard folk look at you funny as they like hunt with spears and clubs themselves. So like, you know, they're not exactly using bows and arrows.
That was gonna be one of my questions. If they had any arrows, I'll take it as a no.
They have javelins that they use, but like mostly when they hunt, they like to get up close and spear it to death.
Quite right.
So I take it that's everybody's gonna go along with this hunt then?
Yep.
Certainly.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure how long each of the vision quests would take. I planned on having some role playing and, wrapping up with the, off to the hunt. So we will begin next session with the hunt. Soggy's session went just like so quick. It was like boom, boom, instantly. I mean, I knew it was gonna go quick, but I didn't think it was gonna go that quick. Um. Anyway, regardless, the next session,
But
you guys will be accompanied by 5 lizard folk hunters and you guys, and you're after wild boar is like the main staple of what they hunt, but you're basically, hunting and foraging for whatever you can find out there to bring back to the village to have a feast, and then you're gonna get to rest
what
and
what
get rid of your
specifically?
exhaustion.
Yeah. But specifically, there must be hunting entelodonts, the prehistoric boar.
No, no, no. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Entelodont? Yeah. It might be. That could be considered a dire boar, we'll see exactly, what you guys end up encountering. It's not set in stone right now, or maybe it is. You guys just haven't encountered it yet, so we'll get to that, but yes, you are correct that if there was a boar in this area, it would most likely be an entelodont.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, a little bit of a shorter session, but I really liked the vision quests. I hope you guys enjoyed them too, and I will see you next week. And as always, good gaming.
Indeed.